Yesterday it must have been south. We didn't get anything, so that is fantastic. But I don't know, tomorrow and for almost the next week, they think there's, on the TV, there's going to be solid chances of rain. So we're going at it today. I got 25 acres of corn to plant. I've already done probably about 5 or 6. I got to refill the planter every 4.5 or 5, roughly. It's all a rough guesstimation. We'll know in the end. I'm looking at my GPS line. It's doing wonderful, staying nice and straight. I got the GPS machine out there making the next GPS line. And as usual, it's always a plate planter. I might never own an air planter. Just way too much maintenance on the seals and stuff. And they don't work well with the sweet corn. Sweet corn's too wrinkly. I guess as usual, we're playing with the 29. I could play with the 28. I could play with the 66. I can play with any tractor because the planter doesn't have the monitor. Who cares if we had electrical hookups? As long as you have one hydraulic hose port and some power, you're good to go. We got rid of all those electronics years ago. So there's a sequence valve. When I pick up the markers, I'll be able to put it down and not have to stop. Nothing. Kind of watch as that row gets right underneath. Usually get the fertilizer openers to about the second row. And we'll bring the rows right up to our headlands here. I'm in 4th gear, probably only hitting about 4 miles an hour at best. I don't get any too speedy while planting. You got one shot to do it right, and the second shot, you're wasting seed, or whatever. This is very much a finality pass, sort of like harvesting. Sure, you can, disc and be a little off. You can chisel pop, be a little off, and you're gonna come back here and do something after it. The planting, you want this to be, this is the one-time shot. Not to toot my own horn, but we can kind of see my furrows from disking over there. Thought I did a pretty good job. Yeah, you see a little bit of wobble. I kept them fairly even. If you measure furrow to furrow, it's probably consistent 14.5 feet or so. I found out having the duals on really helps me judge space, so I can see them out of the corner of my eye. Well, let's watch the planter. Enough of me rambling on. Let's put some seed in the ground and hope it grows. Well, it's time for a fertilizer reload. We're making it about 4 to 5 acres, which I guess that means, my goal is about 225 pounds an acre on fertilizer. Now, having the box truck makes this super handy dandy that I'm dropping fertilizer down instead of lifting it up. The only dumb thing was loading this was positioning. It's a little tight on this one side, and I've got my bags of corn stashed over there in the way. So yep, we got our lovely 1919. And I've noticed this pallet of bags has a thicker plastic to it, which makes me wonder if it wasn't made for retail sale versus, say, the bulk that we buy. The usual bags are a very thin plastic. Well, enough about packaging. Oh, I guess corn planting's going pretty well. Making progress. We should have... should be about halfway. If I've been getting 4 acres, this is my 4th refill. Well, counting my first fill, this is my 4th time filling the planter with fertilizer. So if we're getting 4 acres a load of fertilizer, that would put me at 12 acres done. Which is almost halfway with this field. Oh boy. I'm in the longest rows. I'm gonna probably be going after dark. Good thing the 29 has some pretty decent lights. I've planted after dark with the 29 before. Let's see, my goal population, I upped it a little bit this year. I'm shooting for about 29,000. I had been 27 and some change, mid-27s in years past. But I ended up having more seed than I planned on. Like 27.5 will stretch out one bag of seed, 80,000 kernels, over about 3 acres. Well, I ended up with by few I mean 2 extra bags of seed. Not necessarily ordering too much on purpose. Mostly my fault, a bit of miscommunication with the landlord. And one of those swamps, the smallest swamp, where I had beans. Somebody was too darn eager, bugging my landlord and really wanted to farm it, and I was too slow getting back to him over winter, or talking to him at all, unfortunately. So quite frankly, only a few acres. Let somebody else have fun with those ruts. They'll get lucky if it's a drought year, because it'll never be too dry. But after today, they're talking about a week of very high rain chances, like storms. I already talked about that earlier. So yep, we're gonna try a higher population, see what happens. I think I need to make a video separately about this. I don't know if it's going very well at the moment, as I'm trying to run lime through to the insecticide boxes. It might be too dense, because the boxes in the back there were designed for a much less dense material. Unfortunately, the lime is heavy, so I'm not sure how that's going. I've already broken a handful of the little paddles at the bottom. They're just kind of a soft plastic or a hard rubber, and a couple of them broke off. We tried doing a powdered lime last year. It wouldn't flow through. It would just cake up. Didn't have good flowability for that. So we're trying pelletized lime this year. I mean, it worked pretty good, but I'm afraid it's gonna wear out those little paddles, so I need to stock up on those. Fresh ones wouldn't hurt. I mean, they're probably 30 whatever years old plus. previous owner ran insecticide and herbicide through them all the time. Up until he sold it. We never have. I guess we don't think we have too many bugs. Ooh, maybe one more bag will fill that. I do the same thing for the other side. I just pull on that side of the truck and it's right down there. Dump it in the box. I don't need seed. I did that last time. Might have to touch up on the lime though. Or I should. I should be putting down enough lime that I have to fill every time I fill fertilizer. That's assuming everything's working. And some of the pellets are a little bigger than I hoped for. We had bought just a bag of pelletized lime from Rural King. But we're gonna go that route until we found out the CPS, Crop Production Service, had pelletized lime. And maybe since it's not being bagged for residential use necessarily, that this is a lot larger pellet. Which maybe a larger pellet will go through the spreader better because I can shoot it farther. So I can take a 45 or 60 or however wide swath I think they can spread fertilizer by shooting those bigger pellets out. See, on another note, there's more little blue pellets in this thicker plastic bag 1919. The thin bags, it wasn't so blue. There's more gray in the red. Okay, well, it's time to move the tractor. I should probably check on lime while we're back here. Well, it's working. It's empty. So whatever I put in there went through. I'm hoping we're getting about 50 pounds in at a shot, which might be a little under our target. Ooh, that's not... well, one of the sides is dropping something, but I'll show you what I mean. Is the paddles have been shredded off. Those ones are about gone too. I'm hoping we didn't plug the tube, so I guess I'll put some pellets on this side. One side drops out the back, one side drops out the front. You know, it's been dropping out since I took that off. Some of these I thought they were plugging. They got that little bottleneck point right there. And some of those bigger pellets might have been getting stuck. Let's see, this side, that one's already stripped out. That one's still got the paddles, but those are still supple enough to bend. The rest are dried out. Apparently, lime, especially the powdered lime, will dry things out and make rubber brittle. Well, not surprisingly, I should know that, because every time I spill oil all over the side of the combine, Dad makes me take talcum powder or whatever we got that's powdery and sprinkle it on the belts to try to soak up the oil. Now it's time to play monkey. Fill the lime. So who needs a catwalk? You can use the whole planter as a catwalk. So this one is dropping it out the back, I believe. Our target was to put at least 50 pounds per acre. If we're doing 4 acres at a shot, we're a little thin on that. But then I'd always have to be checking back here and putting lime in. So, might be a little thin, but I think we're gonna get good use of it, putting it right down the row exactly where we need it. And apparently I'm fat enough to make the hydraulics sink. I might not fill that one all the way, because I have enough on the other side. I'll just have to stop and check it. See if I have to sit there and scoop it out into the other side. Isn't it so scenic down here by the creek crossing? I gotta say, 2 of the farms I rent have creek crossings. This one is the treacherous one. But it's picturesque down here. Makes it nice. Not that I ate lunch before I came over. Nice little picnic area. Whew. Well, I'm sure you guys get the idea, the fun of loading the planter now. So I'm gonna get back to it and we'll see you guys. I'll see how it's going. Probably see you guys about dark or so. See where I'm at. Well, I just made my 5th fill of the planter, or my fourth refill. I was a little better about catching the line when it ran out. Ever since I took the tubes out of the distributor fan, whatever, triangular, let's play Plinko distributor thingies, I think it's been flowing much better. So 2 rows are doing it as they should. 2 of them are at least getting some out, but they need new paddles on both sides of the insecticide hoppers. So hopefully over the weekend, a somewhat close by dealer, like tomorrow morning, or by Monday morning, I can find some. So going out, finally don't have to drive anywhere. I ended right in the middle of this hillside, needing more fertilizer and seed. I hope I have enough seed. I figure I've only got maybe 6 acres of seed left, maybe 7 if I'm really risking it and running the boxes almost all the way out. But if I've been making 5 acres per fill, for a 25-acre field, this should be enough. If I've been doing a little less, this won't be enough. But what that means, I'm making my fertilizer goal a little bit on the strong side, which is fine because I jumped the population up from my usual attempt. Oh yeah, it's a bit of a hill there. So here we go with some night planning. Hope I'm not out here for much more than, say, 2 more hours. It's about an hour and a half between fills. Good job. The proper marker fell down. I wasn't sitting the planter down when I refilled, so that shouldn't have been an issue. Oh yeah, one fun tidbit. This is an old Farmer's Almanac thing, I believe. Kind of an old wives' tale for farming. But a good time to start planting corn is when the oak leaves are the size of a squirrel's ear, which is, say, about the size of the tip of my pinky. We're a bit past that, but since the weather got warm, it seems like the trees in a week have gone from almost bare to very well leafed out. And I gotta shift up. 3rd gear. Yeah, no more 3rd gear. I've been in 4th gear most of the day. Woo! Roll some coal. Now I'm coming up on this other ditch right here. Now I'm going to have to put some end rows around that, just so we can turn around. It is not crossable by any means. It's an axle eater. I'm hoping at some point I can put some big gravel in it. Let's just take up the space. And that, hopefully the gravel obviously won't wash. We're talking like stone. And then at least be able to drive over it. Still will never ever plant there again. We're kind of going to do a little drive-by. I need to remember to mark these rows at the end of the field, such that when we harvest, we take out, rows to the right. That way we can access the end rows on